He certainly didn't have a good first third of the event, but got a rest day, and he's back with a win. Jeffrey, first take us through the psychology of not playing like yourself. Losing 3 in a row is not something that you do even once every 5 years.
Yeah, it was a very tough start, obviously. I think the most annoying part, though, was I just felt like I wasn't fighting well. I mean, playing bad moves, making mistakes is one thing, but I just felt like any time I felt some kind of slight pressure, I would just immediately crumble. So, yeah, I took the rest day was very timely for me to watch some football and regroup a little bit.
I was wondering what the formula was. You said watching football. What game did you watch?
Well, it was nice to watch my Cowboys dominate.
Oh, you're a Cowboy fan with Yasser
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Oh, my goodness.
I
okay.
mean, my brother in arms. Go Dallas.
All right, we'll forgive you for that indiscretion. What? So you watched and got motivated, and then you came into today feeling rambunctious, ready to play, and you played C3 on move 2. Talk us through that move.
Yeah, it was a move that actually gave me personally some trouble. I mean, it was just kind of confusing. I think Magnus played it against me in 2017 Isle of Man. And I also was very confused because it can often transpose into a London, for example, and it's kind of a London where bishop gets stuck on c8. So I was hoping maybe Sam would get confused as well, and I think he didn't really get what he wanted out of the opening.
All right. So you got this position as we look here. And when he played the move F5, did you fall out of your chair, or did you think, it's a move?
I felt like when he played knight g6, I thought that was maybe the first step in the wrong direction. I was expecting f6 here. Because actually if he goes f6, I'm not sure if I can castle, because then he takes on g3 and e5, and maybe he gets some sort of initiative. So, yeah, I was a little bit worried about this. At least I needed to find another way. But when he played knight g6, I was happy, because then I go queen c2. And actually, besides f5, it's not so easy for him to play another move, honestly. Because he needs to develop the c8 bishop, but he also doesn't want to take on g3. And b6 is a little slow, so. I mean, f5, yeah, it's very, concedes quite a bit, but at the same time, I wasn't sure what else to do.
All right, so then you started rolling. There was a moment when he looked like he wanted you to repeat, and you offered once, and then you said, psych. Why'd you continue?
At first, my idea of bishop f1 was kind of to vacate the d3 square for me to maneuver maybe the other knight via b3. But then I realized that if I do that, I think he goes e5. And I wasn't sure how good that is for me, actually. So then I was happy to find this idea kind of to broke a6.
Just
so I can go.
Sorry, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
So you originally you wanted after knight c6 to go knight to b3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and then you were a little bit, well, how good is e5?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Okay. So you decided instead to repeat the position and then come up with a4. Sorry, please.
I'm sorry. Press pause for just a second, Jeffrey. Forgive us. There's time pressure happening. Could we go to the Fabiano Caruana game, the board itself, the two players sitting there, producer? Because I think Fabi's down to 34 seconds, and he did move, and now he's down to a minute. He had a big decision about what to do, and he did capture. He has to make 5 more moves. 5 more moves from this moment. And down to only 50 seconds, ticking down, you see his opponent with a ton of time on the clock. Yasser, you said you didn't want to see this position at all. Fabi looks like he's in serious trouble here. That great bishop, the rook about to take the pawn back, and Fabi sitting up in his chair, down to only 34 seconds. Jeffrey, your thoughts about this position?
Yeah, I'm honestly very surprised, because when I saw this game earlier, I thought it was very pleasant for white. So yeah, this is quite a sudden change.
We put ourselves on the spot. We have to predict the result. Jeffrey, white wins, loses, or draws?
Okay, I will go with a draw.
What? What?
All right, he made
so
the prediction.
bishop b2, rook c4, bishop a3. You think you can keep that pawn on B3
Well, yeah, I guess C6
contained?
there.
Rook C1?
We're being
What do you like?
told that
Rook C5 or do you go bishop B2?
Bishop takes b2.
Bishop
I want
takes
to create
B2.
that passed pawn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought
But,
Rook C1 was a mistake.
It looks like it.
Bishop takes B2.
No, but Rook C4 there?
Bishop takes A3.
A3?
C6,
B2.
B2?
Knight C3.
And don't I just go and pick up this knight somehow? I can't believe it.
how do you do it?
How do I do it?
So let's say I go bishop e7, put it on f6, and then bring my king.
Yeah, you'll have a pawn on B2, which will
Exactly.
be forever protected by the bishop. I think that's winning. And Rook C5, Knight C3 also looks awesome.
I mean, I'll also try to bring my king, I think, quickly F3, E4, and then
Fair.
Yeah, it
that's
seems-
fair.
unclear to me still.
So I
This
think
is a
it's
two-result
bishop B2. I think it's bishop B2. Let's just take a quick gander. Sorry. Well, actually, Jeffrey, we'll abuse you while you're in our witness protection program over there. We won't give up your identity. How did we do this for a moment ago? We're here, and something like, okay, we like this move to just put our bishop, and you can bring your king over, but what is this situation? We'll bring our king over, and our king and our bishop. I gotta believe this should be winning.
So you go
for
to d5,
black.
king to e4.
King e4, and
You have to try to stop me. King d5,
okay, can I?
king c5, I guess. If king c5 doesn't seem like c7, just king d7 finishes the game almost.
Feels it. Feels like it.
And the engine's giving a win for both moves, Rook C5 and Bishop takes on B2.
Wow.
Both moves.
Both moves
Win.
as a win, yes, a piece at
Both
least.
moves. So Rook takes C5, Knight C3. What's the winning maneuver?
Bringing the king in is what it wants to do.
Bringing the king to the queen side, King F8.
Yep. And just saying big advantage.
Because you're always in this kind of stuck. But Jeffrey's
Bishop B2 is-
response was, well, wait a minute, aren't I bringing my king also into the
Well,
side?
we can debate whether or not the engine is right,
Right,
or
okay.
Jeffrey's right. Right now, Jeffrey's on the hook for a draw. Let's get back to his game, the position where we had for his game, if you can pull it up.
Sorry, where are we? It's here.
No, that's going
No,
to be
that's
the
the
last
wrong-
game. Last
yeah.
game. Last game.
Let's get all the way at the bottom. Sorry. Okay, we left it. Actually, we left it here where you decided to come up with the A4 B4 expansion, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I quite like this idea. Basically, I want to activate my rook on A1, and also, as you saw in the game, I wanted to go C4 and activate all of my pieces.
It worked like a charm. Does it mean, where did he go wrong? Where did you really feel like, holy smokes, this is really great?
I mean, already after I found this idea with B5, I was extremely happy
Okay.
with my position.
Very good, because it really looked just about, at this point when you had your pawns on B5 and C5, this is when you were really starting to dominate, I thought.
Yeah, the issue for him is he needs to find some kind of counterplay, but I'm just too safe
On the
king
king side.
side. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so after this, everything kind of went smoothly for you?
Yeah, I think knight d4 was
The
very
best,
strong. yeah.
right. The last
Yes.
really, really good move. And suddenly, well, boom, over. Besides the Dallas Cowboy game, the other game I really wanted to ask you about was Oklahoma versus Texas. I thought that was just an incredible
Yeah.
game. Did you see that? 41 to 41
I
in
saw,
the fourth
yeah.
quarter, and the Sooners pulled it out, 48-41. I was heartbroken. Go Longhorns.
Yeah, my sister goes to I mean, she graduated from UT, so yeah, it was very painful.
Very
for us.
painful, very painful. Congratulations, Jeffrey. Welcome back to the tournament. Good to see you. Hope you show up on the show soon as well.
Me too.
All right.